Hi guys, welcome back to Warframe. We're gonna go through and real quick play through the new Railjack game modes from Jade Shadows Constellations. And after that we're going to find and read all of the new Garuda lore that got added. Basically find all the secrets and do everything you can in Pontus Tower.
I have challenged the butcher Vena to an assassin's duel. Take her to the brink of oblivion. She must know I am her better. This asteroid field is the beating heart of Vena's operation. Now, it's Vena's time to bleed. Smash the biggest asteroid and take its ore for our ship. Move into position. Collect the asteroids. Intrusion! Eradicate this infestation! Destroy the remaining fighters! Gunners! Neutralize the stragglers! Location marked. Move out. Turrets. Is this your idea of a trap, Vena? Take them out! Forward artillery! Chip that ice away!
Gone. Fit through. Good grief. There we go.
Herein. Spies tell me that Vena has been toying with a very dangerous weapon. Breach that door!
Maws are done.
We cannot leave any alive! Good. Now open your door. Dispatch this roadblock!
I still think this is so cool that you ride the Aurora Orb.
Ryoku, you are so predictable.
I have awaited this.
Too late to make an effort now.
She has me! Find a way in and take her out!
Here I am. Come get me.
Oh, that didn't destroy the orb? There we go. Uh-oh.
Haven't been stabbed like that in a long time.
All right. Let's go do Vena's mission next. Hi, Orion. Let me go ahead and say hi to everyone first. Hi, Sirius. Hi, Stalker. Hi, children. Okay. Ah.
Wanna go raid the Scoria's Angel? Ryoku desires a challenge to please old man Hanhao. I desire blood. His. We will slice up his operation, and then we will cut down the Yaiba himself. These security nodes act as Ryoku's eyes. Claw them out. Repel this infestation. Nothing left of the intruders but a disgusting mess. Wonderful. Supply transports. Destroy their cargo and send them running. Good. Again.
There we go.
They're running. Give chase. As predicted. They fled right to a massive cloaking signature. Hit it with the forward artillery. Let's see what's on the other side. Now it's our turn to do some breaching. Shall we? Cover me, Tenno. Attackers! Keep them off my back! Tenno, on me. No fair! I get stuck with the desk job. You get to kill them all. Keep fighting. I've just found something very interesting. It's our house now. Unlock every door they have. We're in full control. You know, just wanted a comet shredder. Here comes the head of the ship. Decapitated.
Dead.
Was it
Hello?
good for you, Captain? You! Be a dear and get those cryo cans for me. I've got my hands full.
Okay.
Blood-infused ice. Hard enough to penetrate the hull of Scoria's angel. Quick! Get in that ram sled. Launch! I've had better nights. Ta-da! It's me! Gates held shut with mag coils. Find them and scrap them.
Vena, I thought you'd never come. Both honor and discipline. You sully the Stalker's legacy.
Sully his legacy? Like me. He's an animal driven by vengeance and bloodlust. We both know it. Why? Why won't you admit it?
I have a little trick for this. Because it spawns 2 batteries, you can pick one up with your operator, throw it, and then you can throw it again with your Warframe, or throw the second one with your Warframe, and that actually makes progress towards the next phase of the fight. Oh wait, I was right.
Tenno.
See? Power Cells 103, it
Fight
makes
well.
progress towards the next section of the fight.
Vena is unworthy of such noble fury.
I don't know if it's a bug, I don't think it
I was
is.
unworthy.
Maybe
You
unintended, but
wouldn't
definitely
be
not a
here,
bug.
Ryoku. Just admit it. You need me.
Come on.
I bleed for you. Oh.
You better purge those wounds quickly, Ryoku. I want to go again tomorrow.
That's fun. Alright.
I don't grow with faint hearts. Come with me, and we'll get shit done.
Archimedean Record 104. The air in the atrium was soaked in scent, a drowsy, giddying lilac. Servants worked with panicky haste to deck the columns with feather bursts, gold, purple, crimson like festive wreaths. Little beaked skulls formed the center of each. Sweet pearled women ripped the plumage from viscrix after I can never pronounce this right. Voscrix after Voscrix and tossed them struggling and shrieking into golden wirework bins. Are you the Archimedean she sent for? The speaker was Orican, a lean, smiling jackal of a man who strode across the mirrored flags as if he were floating above them. I am, sir. He looked me up and down, former Lorist aide, I believe, extensive combat experience, scrapped our troops back together at significant personal risk, no stranger to carnage. Well, that'll help you keep your head in this place. The Executor has a certain reputation. I'm aware. He glanced over at the squirming, plucked birds, eyes maddened by pain, rolled back at him. What do you think of today's whimsy? Be honest. I hesitated. Seems like a waste. The Orican cocked his head and pursed his lips, and at once I regretted my asinine comment. And I thought Archimedeans are schooled in aesthetics alongside cold science, he sighed. Do you mean to tell me the delicious irony is lost on you? Perhaps you could explain it, I answered, hoping my crude appeal to his vanity would pay off. He gestured with languid, taloned hand. Birds are her current obsession. The tail of the cock Voscrix is a mating display, one of the most spectacular in nature, and she has ripped them out and discarded the bird itself, do you see? I think so. They expect to mate and die, but live in agony instead. He saw me then for the first time. He reached into the folds of his lemnia and quickly withdrew a black iridescent phial. A pinch of Ophidium, it eased the nerves. I declined. My senses were swimming already. I did not dare face the Executor with my mind addled. He shrugged. As you wish. Await her by the pool and study what you find there. A word of advice, whatever requests she makes of you, however impossible or repugnant they may seem, swear to grant them. She is not accustomed to being refused. Archimedean Record 204. The carving was an ancient one, held in an old field to keep it from collapsing into sour dust. I studied the bulging eyes, the claws, the colorful paint on the wooden feathers still gleaming vividly after who knows how many centuries. It must have been a god, or a demon. Garuda. A voice of milk and venom. She was behind me, her hand settled on my shoulder, and I felt the urge to shrug it off. A relic of old Earth, I guessed. A purer time. Our imaginations must have soared when we were still confined to that one orb. I sometimes wish I had lived then. She gripped my shoulders and roughly turned me around to face her. I tensed involuntarily at the sight of those eyes, that mouth. She must have felt my shoulders stiffen, for she let out a giggle and spun me around again and again on the spot until I was giddy and reeling. I fought to stay upright. Thank the void I did not lurch into her body if I had accepted the Ophidium. She clasped her mismatched hands together. I want a Warframe, she said. You're going to make one for me, Archimedean. I swallowed. My throat seemed full of little dry bones. The process, you must be aware, Executor, that Warframes are created from human subjects. Well, of course I'm aware of that, she said smoothly. You are very rude. I meant no. To call him my own consort a subject, I should have you flayed and tossed in splintered glass, she yawned. Perhaps later. Two expressionless Dax were striding towards me, and I immediately braced myself to fight, thinking they were coming to drag me to the cells, but forced myself to stay calm. I was here for a purpose. I had a use. She would not discard me yet. The Executor spread her arms out like wings. Witness him, Garuda, king of birds, prey-ripping prince. My consort is to be my Garuda. I want him clawed, gore-thirsty, proud in his plumage. You can deliver him for me, lovely Archimedean. You can do this, yes? Yes, I croaked. I struggled to cough the words out, and they came all at once, like a pellet. He will not be himself. The Warframes are beset by madness, all of them. Perhaps if I deliberately impede the neuroptics, I may be able to temper it in the forge. She gripped me by the throat. You will do no such thing, she breathed, and I felt the hot sink of her charnel clothes. The madness is the best part. Archimedean Record 3 of 4. The two Dax remained outside the laboratories, courteously guarding against any disturbance. Within, I brewed Helminth cultures and prepared technocyte infusions according to the Anaki method. I had heard of Executor Ballas's subtle innovations, but since he had not shared them with the Collegium, I had no access to them. I had no visitors other than the Executor's consort, who would arrive, collect my reports, and talk of unimportant issues, then leave. If he knew what I was working on, he gave no sign. Either he was indifferent or ignorant or a supreme play actor. My ghastly creation, Garuda, took shape in the rendering solution. A few drops of the predictive lens commingled with the samples of the consort's own blood that the Executor had provided, allowed the device to model whatever manner of entity would ultimately result. Tall, regal, and hideous. The Executor would be pleased. I had no doubt of that. Her consort would become a sleek scarlet death bird clawed with repurposed ulana, a fit assassin for the Gore Queen. And then, did she mean to keep him as a freakish pet? Did she aspire to be butchered by him as the climax of some depraved courtship, before sliding her ego into a fresh and prepared Yuvan? What use would I be to her once the project was complete? The thought of her birds, plucked, ruined, struggling, still alive. Archimedean Record 4-4. I'm losing my voice. Soon I will be unable to utter more than a harsh scream. The transformation is well underway. It will be impossible to hide it for long. The consort suspects. I know this, but he will not betray me. I have delivered him from a grotesque fate. He would have been like the birds, mutilated, undying. I cannot know if I have merely saved him from something worse, but this way he has a chance. When the day of my hatching comes, I pray he is far away. For 9 days I've been injecting myself with the Garuda serum. The Dax guards believe I am engaged in especially dangerous work and must not be disturbed. I have sealed up the inner doors of the chamber with chemical burners. It is well. By the time they break in upon me, the transformation should be complete. There is no regret. I was a condemned woman from the moment I arrived. My only freedom is to secure my own execution. The agony is exquisite. Marching ants inch through my veins, my skin blisters and sloughs off in plasticated scrolls. But the madness is not so bad. There is a fierce joy to it. I shed a humanity I never truly prized. I have been used all my life, caged by these proud golden birds, but in accepting this bitter blessing, I will finally fly free. What do I care if my freedom lasts no longer than the dawn? I shall know it, taste it in all its fleeting reality. I am no Orokin. I will not leave them tormented and twisting, beaks gaping, gasping, and screaming. I will bring decisive death, swift and sweet, final. The Executor will have her assassin, but not the one she imagined. They will break down the door, Garuda will unfurl her claws, and the crimson thirst, oh, it shall be legendary. I shall stride through her hall, clotted with gore and feathers. I wonder how many I will slaughter before they take me down. I wonder if one of them will be her. The Executor wanted blood, and she shall have it. So, the Executor is highly implied to be Nitok, which means that the consort is almost nearly confirmed to be Roth, and Garuda was originally supposed to be male according to the second record, because the Garuda god, quote-unquote, was indeed male. So, it implies that the Garuda serum, or confirms that the Garuda serum was meant for Roth, and the Archimedean that made the serum basically knew that because of her comment she was going to die by Nitok's hand, so she said, screw it, I'm gonna inject myself with the serum, maybe I can kill Nitok in the process, and that's why Garuda is female, and why, like, what we know of her today. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.